Let's get into some talkage. Uh, Logic. You guys know how I like music. And it's my channel, so I can, it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Anyways, do you want a woman smarter than you? Guys, this is for, it's for everybody. Conversations for everybody, but it's just a question. Do I want a female who's smarter than me? Now, okay, now the reason why I bring this up is because recently I ran into a couple, meaning I sold them an item, and the woman was the one who made the deal, but the guy was the one who was there to procure the items. And that's fine, because you really want the guy to meet up with another guy to make sure everything is right and to check everything out. You know, I mean, it's probably safer to do it that way. You're strangers, um, so she never showed up, and that was fine because the deal went down great, and I feel more comfortable talking to a guy anyway. So he was telling me, well, we got in a conversation about stocks, because I was looking at my Cash App. My stocks were going down, and then, he got to talking about how he makes money, and then I was like, wow, you know a lot of stuff. He says, my woman is the one, he actually said my wife, so they're married. He said, my wife is the one who put me on. Long story short, he had a lot of knowledge, and I really appreciated that. Young couple, too. They own houses and other property and all that stuff. I mean, they're doing good. And then after that, I, spoke to his woman through Facebook and thanked her for, business and all that. And, I exchanged a couple words about, stocks and that with her, and how he credited her for getting, them both into it. And then she credited another female, Paula Sands, I think, and said, I got into it by listening to her podcast. And I was like, okay. So now every now and then, well, that was yesterday. So we send each other information pretty much on how to make money. And I do it all through, because I don't have his number. So I do it through, Facebook. That way he can look and see whatever I'm saying. And of course, nothing's going left. But nonetheless, it's just safer for me and them. Uh, but yeah, so basically, like, I guess I'm asking this question because if you get a wife who is, you know, fit, feminine, friendly, submissive, all those things, it doesn't take away from her being smart. However, if she's not a college graduate, if she's not a college graduate, she like, if you get a woman in her feminine prime, which is probably between, let's just say, 18 and 25, which is also her birth prime, where it's easy for her to have children. So I think they run into trouble once they get, I don't know, go listen to Kevin Samuels, but once they get into 27 and 35. But anyway, so their birth prime. So when they reach their peak of beautifulness, I guess, they're also usually in college. Now, if you choose a woman who you're going to say, you know what, I don't need you to go to school, I make enough money for both of us, yada, 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 just come go with me, get married, I want you to start shelling out children. Do you want her to be smart? What do you want her to know and not to know? Do you just want her to just be a regular chick? It's not, look, stupid is not the opposite of smart. Stupid is actually a choice. And dumb is not the opposite of smart either. Dumb is something you're born with. You're born like that. You don't have the capability to learn. Stupid, you just decide to. It's like, you know, people make just making mistakes that you knew was a mistake, like turning when you shouldn't have turned, and then boom, there's a car accident. Well, you kind of knew you shouldn't have did do that, but you did it anyway. That's stupid. Do you want a woman who is not as educated as you? You want somebody just, you know what, you have a degree. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. You want a woman who just doesn't have a degree. She's 21, 22. She's in the gym, just as sweet as she wants to be, just nice, and all yours. She's not out there, riding the carousel. She's just boom. She's wifey. She's ready. She's like, marry me. Let's go. I'll give you the what you want. 3 children. Let's go. I got you. 3 kids coming right out of here. Boom. Let's go, buddy. Because you're all set. You got your money right. You got your mind right. You got your career going. You got your stocks going. You got, you already have a nice house, nice neighborhood. You have a 3-bedroom house that's just waiting for 2 boys and a girl. And, master bedroom, boom. You're all set. You're together. Are you going to choose that woman that's like, let's go? Boom, 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 boom. Clock is ticking. Let's get this on. Married up. And she's not looking to divorce you, when things go bad. She's like, I'm with you. Like, I know the deal. I've seen what these women are going through. I've seen spinsters. I'm not on that. I don't have a bunch of single friends around me. Uh, my mom and dad is still together, and they're talking. They taught me right. I got wife skills. I mean, the whole package. This woman's a whole package. She may snore a little bit, but that's because she's tired. But who cares? But boom. Do you want her to be smart? Or do you want to teach her to be smart? Because in my dating years, especially when I was in corporate, the majority of women I dated were good at what they did. They were all college educated, and I admired that. It was intimidating, too. It was intimidating, but when I step back and look at them, it was just like, okay, you have a degree, and I always wanted one. So I went and got one. Went and got a degree. But I'm in my 50s now, so they're not banging down my door, at almost 300 pounds. They're not knocking down my door. I'm not, 220 anymore, and I don't work in corporate. I'm old, you know, disabled. I'm old. Nonetheless, I did admire the fact that they were smarter than me, but it did intimidate me. It did. I saw the money they were making, and I couldn't match their stride. And because of this, they did not respect me. They always thought they could do better. They really did. And went out and had either married someone else or had children by somebody else. I was fun for them. You know what I'm saying? I was an image that they liked. But, and a couple of them were like, well, let's get married. But I knew better. I knew I would have got cheated on. And, that's just not good. You don't want to walk into that. So that didn't happen. So I never was financially stable. I'm getting better now. But I never was a financially stable guy. I could never find that one job to hold it down. And, it's just hard. Now I'm just tired. Now I don't even care too much. But I'm about to make a career change, actually, now that I got my education. What I'm saying, guys, is if you get one of these women, young, beautiful, all yours, nothing terrible about her, she got that one left toe that just looks, a little bit, but you get past that. And she doesn't know. She doesn't know how to work a room. She doesn't know, like, she leans on you for a lot of educational purposes. And it makes you feel good, but are you like, but what do you know? She knows how to cook, she knows how to clean, she knows how to take care of children. She's an expert at being a mom. But anything on the outside, nah. She pretty much went from her dad's house to college to from her dad's house, worked a couple years and was like, nah, this ain't for me. I want a man. And it's like, it's all on you. You're gonna make 100%. I may do a little cookie hustle, might bake some shortbread or whatever, sell it to the neighbors. That actually turned into a business for some people. One young lady was married or is married to a football player. He pretty much, football how it is. He's a professional football player. Stopped playing because he got injured, as football players do. And when he got injured, she kicked it into gear. She's like, I got to do something. Now, she did have a degree, but did this woman have a degree? I don't know if she had a degree or not. But what she did was she started baking pretzels. And when she was making these pretzels, she was just doing them just to be making them. And then someone came over her house, a neighbor or so, and family members. Family members tasted them. They were like, yo, like, what is, like, you made this? And she's like, yeah, I made it. And they were like, these are so good. Yo. And went and started, disseminating that information. And next thing you know, the neighbors were coming over like, yo, what's up with the pretzels? How much are they? And she was like, well, they're four 4.99. And they were like, boom. I'll take 5. So, boom, a business was born in like little time flat. And so her little kitchen was just, she's pretzels and pretzels because the old boy had lost his job. So she's got kids. She's like, pretzels, let's go. It's bringing in money. Next thing you know, word of mouth is the number one way to get your business to grow. And boom, it just grew and it got too big for her. Then she was on Shark Tank. And she actually got into a couple stores herself. These pretzels were flying off the stores, and after that, the orders were just too big. She had regular POs. She walked in the Shark Tank with POs, and some people were skeptical, and she was just like, "I'm telling you guys, you want to get in on this." Long story short, she's like, "I have a PO for $2 million worth of my product." Period. Dot. She's like, I got them right here. And not to mention, she was a beautiful chocolate sister. So, what I'm saying, guys, is do you want a woman who's smarter than you or as smart as you? Or do you want yourself to have just a regular? You rather be the one to teach her everything. See, men get a charge out of teaching anyone in their household anything. It helps them man up. But we also get a little bit, we also want to put a baby in you when you say something that brings in some money or when you do something that brings in a check. Now, what we don't want, if we're the ones holding it down, sometimes we may not want you to slip up off of that mommy role and going into entrepreneur role. We don't care if it's making you a good check. If we're already holding it down, I need you to be in a certain position. But every now and then, if you're making money, okay, cool. Like my dad, for instance, worked for Goodyear. And he worked there for 36 years, banging it out, right? And he had 2 paper routes in the morning. So he worked. Because he married into 5 kids, plus he had 4 kids. He adopted 1 kid. And then there was me, but he did not raise me. My mother did. So nonetheless, because I didn't live there. Nonetheless, so he had all these children now he was trying to provide for, especially the ones that lived in his house, which were 5 children. And they were all her children. So he's banging it out, right? And as those kids got to grow, the expenses became more and more. And basically, what he did was he told her, he said, I need you to go to work. And what he needed her to do, even though he was taking care of all the bills, everything, he was taking care of all the bills, he's like, I need you to go to work. She had a part-time job as a assistant teacher or something like that, or a substitute teacher. So she would go in and get her a little bit of money and bring it back, and she would knock out like maybe the insurance or something like that, the light bill, something small. And then after she did that for about a month or two, he would say, okay, you're good. He needed a break. So there's nothing wrong with that. But if she would have started her own business, or if she would have been like, you know what, I'm gonna keep working, I'm gonna become a full-time, full-fledged teacher, I don't think he would have liked that. I think he would have been like, no, I like you to be at home. Because when I come home, I know you're there. And there's things that I need done that I don't have the energy to do. See, he can come home and cut the grass once, every 2 weeks. Not a big deal. He might be able to fix something every now and then. Not a big deal. But he doesn't want to have to come home and cook dinner. I don't want to work a 16-hour day and then come home and have to cook for myself. I want to come home, put money on the table, go in there, eat, not worried about paying the bills. You pay the bills. I don't want to worry about it. You knock these bills off, and I'm going to eat, give you a kiss. I'm going to sleep because I got to get back up and run in a couple hours. And that's what he did. So guys, once again, do you want a woman that's smarter than you? I'm not saying something's wrong with it, ladies. Just ask the guys. Because, women are smart. Sometimes they can see the smaller picture better than you can because they're very detailed. It's a gift they have. We like the big picture. We like, boom, here's money, boom, whatever. She takes the money, divvies it up, and boom, 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 and the household is running. And there's no somebody infringing on somebody else's whatever. Everybody's got their job to do to get these kids raised and out the house. And for us to reach retirement at the age of 60 and receive $3,200 a month automatically out of retirement. 60, 62, I think. 62 is the age where you can file. So I don't know. It's just a question for you guys. Do you want a woman who's smart or smarter than you? Or can you just take a regular chick? Nothing wrong with her. And do you want to teach her stuff? Here's what guys don't want. We don't want a woman who knows everything. We don't want a woman who takes us out of our position either. That's what we don't want. We don't need you to throw hands with another man for us. We don't need that. We don't need you to make all the money in the household, not unless that's a relationship y'all got. Now, there are some cases where the woman is actually the breadwinner. And come on, if it is what it is, you may run into a woman who's already well established. But nonetheless, she ain't got no kids. She's still at a good age where she can have those babies. And she's looking at you like, you make what, $40,000 a year? That's the average guy. She knows this. She's like, you're a regular degular. You make your little 40, but I make, over $200,000 a year. But I like you. I like you, and I like the fact that you're regular. However, I work a lot. So if we start popping out, puppies, guess who's going to be taking care of them, Mr. Regular? I mean, yeah, there's going to be a nanny, but you know what? You can actually fall back. And I've had this opportunity before a couple times. A rich woman wanted me to marry her, and I told her no. I was like, I'm not doing that. I've had a couple females with money, and I was like, nope. Because when you get tired of me, you kick me out. No, I can't do it. I got to keep my regular job. You can make all the money you want, but I'm going to keep this 40,000 coming in, and I'm proud of it. I'm going to work every day, coming home, tired and loving the fact that I made this money. Because if you're not up and then you want to get yourself another dude to replace me because you don't respect me, well then fine. But I still got me and my money coming in, and I'm okay. That's what you wanted. It hurts, but boom, I can go right back to my apartment. I'm okay. I've been saving up while we were together. I was saving up anyway. I had a Rothy going on, Roth IRA. I had a couple other stocks. I had my little index fund popping off. Yeah, we was together for what, 10 years? Yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? Because I done built up a little, a little something over here. I've been, selling shoes on the side. I've been putting all that money into into my mutual fund. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been throwing all that, all the shoe money. Yeah, while you was making all that lawyer money, that's cool. That's cool. You was making lawyer money. But I've been selling them shoes online. And they was bringing me about a G a month. I took all that money and invested it for the last 10 years. Ain't nobody hurting over here. Okay? Now get your get on. And go and get somebody younger and, or she could be all right and never cheat on you and look at you like you are the man she wants. And, because that does happen. And everything is cool. She just happened to be a successful attorney and you work at the, the factory. You're the maintenance guy and you love it. You tinker. That's what you do. You the best tinkerer this side of Tallahassee. What you do? I tinker. I fix things. What you got? Daughter's bicycle? Bring it over here. Your son got a new jalopy? I'll take a look at it. That's what I do. My wife, she's a lawyer. My wife, she's a corporate lawyer. She goes, look at her. Yeah. Bought me this car. I tinker with it. I'm just saying, guys, what do you want? Because your choices are far and wide now. You can get the young, beautiful, everyday, regular, or you can get the educated 25, fresh out of whatever, banging them out with the heels on and the skirts, going to work and just happen to see you in a grocery store. Like, I met a woman in a grocery store. I was like, what's your degree in? And she said, which one? So I'm just saying, guys, it's out there. You can get the fancy woman or you can just get the everyday, and I don't know, you can love them both. It's your boy Tone 202. Peace.